Now this light cruiser that I'm running here, Atlanta, is, like I said in the scroll, a good anti-aircraft vehicle, but it's not so good against heavy stuff, and there's only one destroyer in the game that I can shoot at, and I don't know if he's going to show up in my vicinity, so I'm going to have to do some hiding here. So I've sped it up because I have to spend some time getting to the actual capture area A, where I'm going to be spending most of my time in this battle. So getting close into it, I see that we've got a few ships coming up towards this way, and not knowing whether the destroyer is coming into A or not, I'm kind of like bouncing back and forth a little bit, zigzagging, in order to try to, I don't know, it's just a maneuver I do in order to not go in too fast, guns blazing, and present my broadside so that I can shoot really effectively if it comes to it. So anyway, we're going to just go in there until something comes within decent range and I can shoot at it, which is coming right up. With its tissue paper armor, the Atlanta is best employed from behind an island, where fire from the enemy is less likely to hit, and even better if we can just hide while we're doing it. I'm going to go ahead and open fire on the battleship cruiser in the distance there, and his guns are actually, turrets are pointing a different direction from me, and individually my 5-inch guns are not that big a deal against him, so he may not pay much attention to me. And I'm coming up to a point where I'm going to be behind an island. I'm right there right now, and now I can sit there and shoot at him with impunity because he can't see me. This is by far the best way for Atlanta to be employed, and so that's what I'm doing. I'm not going to sink this poor boy, but I'm going to put a lot of damage on him. Neither the enemy submarine nor the destroyer are in my area of operations, it appears, so I can just stay safe and shoot. And so, looking around at things, nobody's going to try to take A, I think, with that much firepower arrayed out towards A, coming towards A from the enemy side. And I think the main thing is prune away some of the enemy strength before we deal with taking areas, which is what I'm doing here, pruning away. Alright, he's about done for. Unfortunately, the last shot on him was not mine, so I don't get credit for the kill. Somebody else does. Alright, nothing to shoot at the moment, so might as well just sit here and wait for something to come in. Speed up the thing here so we don't bore ourselves to death. I love how those sound like rifle shots at this higher speed. So there is something coming in. There he is. See off in the distance? I got a little bead on him. So let's open up fire on him and see what we can do. Okay, just a little bit of commentary on tactics with respect to this ship, the Atlanta, with its multiple 5-inch fast-firing guns. I've got a choice of high explosive or armor piercing. The problem is that against a large capital ship, even the armor piercing aren't that effective, and I have to put out a lot of fire in order to get them. If I'm going to be attacking an armored ship like out there, a battleship or a cruiser, what I want to do initially is start off with high explosive, so in order to start a fire on board, and then once that's done, then revert to penetrating anti-armor so that we can maybe get some penetration involved. Especially when you're firing long distance, you're going to have a lot of plunging fire. Well, he's gone. Okay. The plunging fire will come straight down on top of the decks, and so that, high explosive is less effective against that, and the penetrating anti-armor does make it possible to provide more damage to your target. So anyway, I start off big ships with HE and then go to armor piercing once I get them on fire. Shooting at destroyers, on the other hand, armor piercing tends to go right through, doesn't cause as much damage, so one wants to just restrict oneself to firing high explosive. And that's basically how I do that. Anyway, so we just sit behind this island and shoot over it, and see what we can do. Alright, he's getting out of effective range here, so I really don't have much more I can do at this second. I'm just going to go ahead and follow in that last volley to see how close I get. And in it goes, and... oh yeah, I got him a couple of times. Very good. You know, sometimes a good tactic to use when you can't see over something too well is to follow your rounds as they go in, and you can see a little bit better what's going on the other side of a mountain, say. It's a great tool for... reconnaissance in a way. So I'm going to go ahead and go over and see if I can't take this area, and instead I can that battleship is hugging the island over there, and he's out of my firing sight, but he's moving in reverse, and his starboard side will start getting into view of my guns if I move forward. So I'll also be close enough to use torpedoes, and since he's going to be busy with the other ships of mine on the other side of that island, his main guns won't be trained my way, and so I'm going to be sort of safe compared to if it was the other way around. So let's surprise him. Here we go. He's just barely in range of my torpedoes, but that's not going to stay that way very much, so I'm going to go ahead and swing around so I can put my torpedoes closer to him. This will increase my danger a little bit, but we'll just give it a try and see. Alright, torps are going in, and we'll just keep on shooting. And he's getting awfully close to... oh, he is. He's gone. My torps, my poor torps. They didn't get a chance to do their job. Oh well. So at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and take A, because there isn't anything else for me to do right at the moment. And once we take A, then we'll move on and see if there's any more damage we can do. And it's done. A is taken care of, so on we go. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up because it's going to get boring otherwise. Alright, there's somebody to shoot at. Let's see if we can get him. Put a few rounds on him. And off we go. Starting out with armor piercing, because that's what was in the barrels. And he's being very maneuverable. It's kind of difficult to tell which way he's going, so I don't know how many shots I'm going to be able to get on him, but hopefully a few. He's maneuvering radical and he's at extreme range, so a bit difficult to determine where he's going to be when the rounds arrive. There we got some.
Our victory is in sight.
Anyway, just continues along and see what happens. I think he's doomed. Alright, here goes my last volley. Coming in, coming in, coming in. Okay, got him. Oh, and he's gone. And the game's over. We won. Check that out. 33k damage. Okay, that's not bad. Could be better. But I sure put out a lot of rounds. Anyway, this was fun. Let's do it again sometime.